Hey there, friendlies. Oh. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Oh, thank you. Thank you kindly.
Hello.
Welcome to the 27th of July edition of the live stream. Bit of a by the seat of my pants operation here tonight because I came down to start everything up and could not get online. So I'm a little bit on my back foot here, but we will be all set up and doing great very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye, kiddo. I'm just bringing up the chat window in the tube of views. What are you doing?
Nothing.
It's a real pro setup here tonight, guys. Absolutely. Am I even like there? I guess I am, in fact, online. I was just making sure. Go away, cutie. So yeah, technical issues notwithstanding. What happened was something fell behind my desk today, and I guess it loosened an Ethernet cable or something. Anyways, it took me 20 minutes to get back on. Online. So who we got with us? Hey, Tenenbaum's here. Pine Martin is here. Russell's here. Chris, how's it going, man? Hi, everybody. Hey, Mark is here as well. Guys. Hi, kitty. Okay. All right. I will get my tiny daughter into her nightie, and then we will be back in business here, guys. Why is this happening?
I don't know.
Here you go. Ready?
She just came downstairs and
okay,
trying to stop her, but she's gonna scream. So.
There we go. All right.
Look.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that. Okay.
Okay, that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that.
Bye-bye. Okay, go with your sister.
That.
Quickly. Go quickly.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So evidently we're off to a great start here, guys. I got a beer. This is a Darling Brown Ale by Vagabond. Tell you guys what. I'm going to pour this. Try not to get it all over the place. Completely blow the head on it again, of course. So where was I? I have no idea. I don't have too much to talk about. I changed the title of these live streams because they used to be the Beer, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream series, but like Blades and seems like even beer, sometimes YouTube sort of twinges on. So I changed it to the BB&B live stream, but that's just not clear. So I think, what did I call it tonight? The Raindance live stream? Not as funky and fun, but it's not so bad. Who's got a drink with them? I like a nice brown ale. I do like a nice brown ale. I've been sort of what have I been doing? Sorry, guys. This is not a good night for me. It's nice and rainy out, though. It's nice to not be stinking hot for once. Yes, she definitely does have a good set of lungs. Hello, Simon. Comment ça va? I even forgot to do my housekeeping. If you are watching me time shifted to tomorrow or next week, and you got past the part where my baby invaded the proceedings, thank you for continuing to watch. Thank you for enjoying the live stream as much as I enjoy bringing it to you. I didn't really have a time to plan a specific topic for tonight. Last night, my family was away. They went to Ontario for Calypso or something, like one of those water parks or some damn thing. So I had a night to myself to relax a little bit. I shot a cocktail video, and then I chatted with Russell for a while, and shot some other stuff. And there's a real sort of there's a piece that happens when you have a night to just relax a little bit. Is it as good as staring into a campfire? No, but it's nice to sort of unhook a bit. Because for the past 15 months, if I've had a night to myself, what I've done is okay, I'm going to get all the laundry done or something like that, or clean the kitchen. And last night I was not today, Satan. Oh, one thing you guys can help me with is apparently this mic peaks a little bit when I do something. And I do believe that I have turned off. Yes, I turned off automatically adjust mic volume. So if it peaks at some point tonight, put a note there because I want to know. I want to know if it's doing that because this mic should not be peaking as I speak to it. You know what I'm saying? Aside from that, I've been doing some DIY stuff around the house. Just sort of trying to be a little more, trying to get the hell off the chair. I don't want to spend all my time sitting in front of a screen. Been watching some paddling YouTubes. I saw that Ray Mears has a new series on ITV in the UK, which means I'll probably get to see it on YouTube at some point in the future. He's going through China, I think. That should be interesting. I like me some Ray Mears. It hasn't happened so far. Good. Nice. Hey, Shawnee's here. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm... Hold on. I'm going to put Shawnee's comment up there because it's exactly what I sort of struggle with when I'm given some free time. It's take 20 years off of today's date and I would have been I'm playing a video game all night. But these days, it's maybe I should clean the aquarium. Maybe I should fold the laundry. I did get out my dehydrator when I put it back in the other room. I got it out because I wasn't sure if I had, those sheets that you put under liquid stuff when you're dehydrating. I wasn't sure if I had any or not. So I got out the dehydrator because very soon I want to actually start working on that. And I don't have any sheets for it. But I think I can probably just use parchment paper. What do you guys think? I have a feeling. I got a feeling. I was about to say something fabulous, but I bloody well forgot it halfway through the previous sentence. I don't know. What's good, guys? What's been happening lately? Has anyone... I know Martin got to the woods with Nate Muskoka recently. Yes, parchment will work great for a tomato sauce or something. Yeah, good. I think the first one I'm going to do is a recipe that I actually found online a few weeks ago. Russell saw woods today, of course. Russell lives in a woodsy paradise. The first recipe I'm going to do is a kind of a chickpea curry. it looks delicious, and yeah, I want to try it. I'm really coming around on chickpeas because oh yeah, Chris, I did get that book. It's unfortunately upstairs. As I said, I ran down here thinking I would just slap the computer on and get my stuff, and spent 15 minutes trying to get the network to work. So I'm ill prepared here, guys. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, and I've looked through the book. Last week, I had the author of said book on the live stream, sort of in an impromptu way, because Dennis from Canoe Hound came on, and he said, "Hey, let's get him on." So he pinged him, which was really interesting. Nice guy, good philosophies, and he said something that I hadn't really thought of. And Hike with Mike put up a video talking about the same thing today, about how, like, I'm on this sodium reduced diet, right? I'm trying to not have a stroke or anything. And so to me, I would not add salt to those meals. But, excuse me, what came out of the chat last week, and then again in Hike with Mike's video today that I saw, is that if you're out in the woods, or you're working in the back 40, or you're paddling or whatever, and you're in the warm half of the year, you're sweating a lot. Or if you're just bundled up in the winter and doing stuff, you're sweating a lot. And so you have to up your sodium intake to make up for that. And it's the kind of thing that I would never think of. I would not have thought of that at all. You know, because I'm all on this, okay, I got to keep the sodium down, counting sodium, putting like half the spice packets of everything. And I wouldn't have even thought of it. Everyone's still saying hi to everyone. Oh yeah, because Simone showed up a little late. But yeah, the book looks good, and it's, as many cookbook, like lifestyle / cookbooks are these days. You know, there's like some information on ingredients, and then there are a bunch of recipes broken up by, like, you know, breakfast, lunch, supper, snacks, desserts, and stuff like that. Some of it's like, I don't even know what I really want to say. Like, I used to make cookbooks, right, or edit cookbooks professionally, so I recognize what goes into a 21st century cookbook, and it's literally that. It's not like some bushcrafter threw a book together and put it out in the world. No, this is a professionally done book. And apparently he'd been sort of working on putting it together for going on a decade. Cruci does gardening and stuff. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. This is the least organized live stream I've had in months, so I hope you like it. Looking at these books and stuff always make me think of preservation through the years, because, you know, like in Sweden, you know, they use lingonberry as a preservative, right? Because it has preservative qualities. You know, if you've lived in the Maritimes, in maritime Canada, you know what salt cod is, right? And the Romans marched on salt, right? Because they were salting their meat to keep it from going off, because there was no refrigeration. And, like, I wonder, what were the forces that made us go from smoking, drying, salting lingonberries to, like, the industrial substances that happen, that go into preserved food these days? And is it really that much different than just salting the hell out of something? And these are the kind of things that I think about all the time. Does not make me fun at parties. at all. But it's fun to think about that stuff, I find. See if I can understand what's going on, because when it comes to preserving my own food, or canning, right? You throw everything into a pressure canner. Another thing that they used to do, like for potted meats and stuff, would be to cover it with like a clarified butter so that air doesn't get in. I have a Chrissy says lingonberry juice is good. I think IKEA even sells it. I think you're probably right about that. I've seen lingonberry stuff there before. My butter dish is this French style butter dish. It's a sort of a straight sided cup that has a let me see if I can find one. The whole thing is you've got this round cup. You let your butter go to room temperature, then you smush it into the round cup. And in the other, the straight sided cup, you fill it about a third of the way up with cold water. You invert the butter cup, stick it in, and no water gets to the butter, so it can be room temperature without spoiling for like 2 weeks. Well, I'll see if I can find that. I just want to bring up major shift was the invention of refrigeration. When that was introduced, people simply stopped making preserves. Yeah, I think you're right. Russell wants to talk about knives. Do you have any knives to show off tonight, Russell? You gonna come on later and show us off some knives? But I'm talking about butter dish because it's an interesting way of preserving the butter in a really low-tech fashion. I like the low-tech fashions. Whoops. Goodbye. All right. See you soon, Mel. But that's not what I meant to click on. This way you can tell the novice camper. They ask about how to keep their food cold in campers, in coolers, as if that is ever needed. Well, whenever I would go hunting, we just brought coolers, right? Because a hunting trip is not a dedicated camping trip. It's fast, simple. But if you're going out there for like 2 weeks, you're not going to keep your steaks from going off. I think Simon may have found us the link for that butter dish. Well, I tried to open a new tab and nothing happened. Open link in new window. Oh, yeah, that's a picture of it. Mine's a little different, but yeah, that's essentially it. It's super, super simple. And yeah, Russell, I've been watching that channel. Hold on. What Russell's talking about is there's this channel that is just like a live stream of some grizzlies in Alaska sitting there and just gorging themselves on salmon. And I had it on in the background while I was doing my kitchen work after supper tonight. Hold on a second. Martin says you can keep steaks from spoiling for 2 weeks without refrigeration. People bring coolers not because they're simple, but because it's the only way they know to keep food from spoiling. I've camped for weeks and never used a cooler. To be a cat and white brown bear. Yeah, tell me about it. A couple of nights ago, we were Russell. We were talking about. I don't remember. We had like a little group chat going on, and somebody brought that up, and then you put the link in the side chat, and then for the next 10 minutes, we all just sort of like stared at this other window. No one's saying anything. It's fascinating just to watch them just live their lives. I was wondering about that. what that made me wonder about was, this idea that um, observing an experiment influences the experiment. Did you guys know this at all? I don't know it very well. I only know it because I used to have a science podcast with an actual scientist. Um, but like watching that sort of makes me think of that question. Chrissy's drilling for some smoked salmon. I would love to be drilling for smoked salmon, but salmon would kill me. So I've come across some great recipes for, like, candied salmon, smoked salmon. I'd like to make gravlax for my wife one day because she's very into salmon. My daughter Camille is also very into salmon. I wish I could eat it so that I could partake with them. Russell, do you really have smoked salmon at least once per week? Pi Martin asked if I'm talking about the two slit experiment. That's one of the experiments that I'm thinking about for sure. But yeah. I read a lot about science. I watch everything about that comes across my, everything about science that pops up on YouTube or whatever. I just watch it. I find it fascinating. I love how, the language of the universe is mathematics, which is why I could never be a scientist. I just didn't have the math. But like the knowledge that these people are gleaning about the universe, about the huge forces that are surrounding us, is fascinating stuff. Absolutely fascinating stuff. Russell really does eat smoked salmon once a week. Do you smoke your own, or do you buy it? Russell Peters. I'm just waiting for him to answer. But guys, I really want a smoker. I may have to just give up and get an electric one, because if I'm full on smoking something in my backyard, I'm definitely going to get in trouble with the law, with John Law. But I really want to do that. I want to start smoking my own foods. The foods. Paul. No, not Paul. Who is it? Oh, Outdoor Dauber, who you guys know from the side chat. He does a lot of smoking. We have friends who have one of those big green egg, not that one, the other brand that's the same thing but in red, Kamado, and like he'll do 11-hour ribs or smoke a brisket or whatever. But he lives in the same city as us, and he has no fear of getting in trouble. So maybe I'll just buy one of those. Oh, you buy it in the grocery store, okay? Tenenbaum says, if you want to do gravlax style fish, which is really salted, there's a device called the Lox Box that makes it fairly easy. Part of me wants to do it like the really old-fashioned way, right? Where you bury it under a tree for like 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't think I would trust grocery store sushi, Russell. A few weeks ago, I set up a smoking chamber with Greenwood. Yeah. Like, if you're just smoking for your own family, I wonder how big a smoker you really need. Like a lot of these electrical ones are tall and big, like a beer fridge, right? A small fridge kind of thing. And I could see the benefit if you decide, okay, I'm going to do a brisket and some jerky and maybe smoke I'm going to reverse sear some steaks or something. But like, I wonder what's the smallest size you can get away with without feeling really cramped really fast. Chris asks, you can't use a smoker in your backyard. What law is that? It's not specific to smoking. The city of Montreal, well, a lot of cities now, but I lived in this one, is on phase 2 of a 3-phase ban on the burning of solid biomass, I guess, like wood, and stuff like that. Fireplaces, fire pits and stuff. The only solids that you can burn are like pellet stoves, and I guess pellet smokers. They tend to turn a blind eye to barbecues, probably because it doesn't take you that long to cook up your food. This is all predicated on the theory that the particulate matter from fire pits and fireplaces and wood burning stoves and stuff is very bad for like asthmatic kids and the air quality. And as someone who is asthmatic, I appreciate that, but I still love the smell of a nice wood burning stove or a fireplace. You're walking along the street and you're like, someone's got a fire going. I love that smell. It's like Christmas every time I smell it, Crucy says, I just noticed the blue, black, white in your logo is the same for the Estonian flag. My mother's side is Estonian. Huh, I didn't even realize that. Which logo has popped up? Is it my simplified one you're thinking of, or the right? Like this is the original one here. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. But I have a simplified one as well. There are some restrictions here for sure. Hey, Hawaii Volcano Squad's in the house. How's it going? Simone and Russell are still discussing the sushi. So yeah, a few months ago now, we do this thing where whenever we want to treat ourselves, we get sushi. They get me like a vegetarian platter or a vegetarian poke bowl or something, and they go all out. And they went to a place we don't usually go. We usually go to this sushi shop where, my wife walks in and, okay, different knife for the hubby. You have this one because he's allergic and stuff. She went to a different place and the guy clearly did not switch knives or clean the knife or do mine first, I guess, because I had a really unpleasant night. But I still love me some vegetarian sushi. Which is made from raw vegetarians. Okay, so Tenenbaum says it's the RDB sub logo. Oh yeah, because sorry, dude, I'm looking at a StreamYard screen which doesn't have that logo in the corner. Yeah, over on the YouTube side, it does have that logo. Yeah. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so stupid camera. So yeah, there's a ban for burning wood and stuff. I still want that big green egg. I still want to use that for smoking just because I love that thing. They're so expensive though. Like they're holy crap level expensive. But at the end of the day, I mean, if I'm not smoking anything because I'm waiting for the money for one of those, then that's dumb, right? I mean, because you can buy like a Canadian Tire has smokers for like around $100. Yeah, Chrissy, sorry, I hadn't seen that because this screen is a StreamYard screen. I just took a glance over at the YouTube screen and realized that it's there. Yeah, I like it. They're trying to keep bagel shops exempt, if I remember correctly, because without a wood-fired oven. A Montreal bagel is not a Montreal bagel. But, you know. Yes, organic vegetarians. Absolutely. But yeah. Yeah, so I want to get started on this, like, quick. Not quick, but I mean soon. I'm going to start, messing around with jerky recipes. And, like, I can't figure out if I want to do jerky just with a rub or a marinade. I've tried it both ways, but in my dehydrator, because I haven't really nailed the timing or whatever, I'm not getting really tasty results either way. Robin arrives with a statement. How's it going, Rob? He says Fairmont Bagels still uses wood ovens. Yeah, so I think that there's an exemption there for bagel places. Hold on, something. Russell was watching a documentary on the tuna industry. All tuna goes to Japan. They get sold for 50 to 100K each, get cut up and then shipped all over the world. Yeah, I was reading about that relatively recently as well. And what's interesting about tuna is, like, they're kind of overfished, right? So you're not getting the really massive tuna that you used to see because they get fished younger and younger. But I saw a picture from like 4 or 5 decades ago, somebody swimming next to a tuna, and you don't tend to realize, because to most people, tuna is this big and cylindrical, right? You don't tend to think of how big that fish really is before it gets sort of divvied up into little tins or whatever. But yeah, it's fascinating. And they're an apex predator. You don't tend to think of that, but they're big and they eat a lot of other fish, and just fascinating. Fascinating. And I love watching these guys in those Japanese markets cutting up the fish. They've got these huge knives, and they're sort of looking at the fish and thinking, and planning, and then they sort of go in. It's just really cool to watch these guys work, Yeah, you guys are saying that Saint Viator bagel also uses wood. Yeah, if it's a Montreal bagel place, it's using a wood. I'm going to start that sentence again. If it's a Montreal bagel place, it's kind of got to use wood burning oven. I mean, that's the character of the Montreal bagel is unique, and then the wood burning oven is part of that. The double boiling, boiling it twice, and the wood burning oven. All these things come together to create the finest bagel in the world. Yeah, they're huge. So, tuna are ginormous. Wouldn't want to piss one off. You know what I'm saying? Just lost a shoe. There we go. How the hell did we end up talking about tuna? Oh, because Russell eats smoked salmon once a week, and then he bought sushi at the grocery store. Right. I got it. Excuse me. Oh, I'm yawning again. Like a real trooper. Let me do one thing here. Let me do one little thing here behind the scenes just to make this whole thing move a little simpler. Did not work. Never freaking mind. Do you remember what that documentary? Start again. Do you remember what that documentary was called, Mr. Russell? the conversation goes very much the way my brain works. When I start to follow back the train of thought, it's like 30 leaps through different topics. Yeah, it's just the kind of night I'm having. It really, really threw me when I thought I was coming down here calmly setting up, starting StreamYard and then doing my stuff, bringing the cookbook over because I wanted to talk about it, and the dehydrator, and discovered that I couldn't get online. It really sort of set me back. It shouldn't at this point. Like, I should be able to just roll with that. But for some reason tonight, I just couldn't. Chris says, I'm taking a scenic detour to Montreal. I'll have to try one of those bagels now. So how scenic is that detour? How's that going to happen? I think Robin's right, though. If you can get yourself to a Fairmont bagel, buy the fresh ones right off. Buy like 6 to take with you, but buy 1 to munch on just as you're leaving the store. You don't need to put cream cheese on them. You don't need to do anything. You just eat it like a donut, and you enjoy life. That is the Montreal bagel for you. Goosey says, supposedly New York bagels are a thing in the States. I went to LA, California once and had a few stores that were advertising. Yeah, except that New York style bagels are the same as Toronto style bagels. So if you've ever had those, and they're not real bagels, they're bread donuts. How the heck did we end up? This is like the weirdest live stream ever. We're taking the most circuitous route through, I don't know. Martin, that's good to know. If I can get a weekend in October to come and see you, I'll bring it back. Hey, hi, good Mike. I was talking about you earlier. Tenenbaum says we need cream cheese in this conversation. Yeah, because a true, a Montreal classic, partly because of the large Jewish population, is a lox, a bagel with schmear, and some salmon on it. I'm not saying that cream cheese is not required for bagels, but with Montreal bagels, when they're just out of the oven, you don't need anything but your mouth, your hands, and that beautiful little donut. Yeah, drop it on my Facebook. Sure. So yeah, hi, good Mike. I was talking about you because I had said that in last week's live stream when I was talking to the author of the dehydrating cookbook that I bought, how I would have not considered that I need to up my sodium intake when I'm paddling or sweating in the bush to make up for the salt that I lose through sweat. Because I'm on this sodium reduced diet, it's like I'm just chopping the last vestiges of sodium out of everything I eat. And I wouldn't have even thought about exactly what you were talking about. So it was nice to see your video today talking about the same thing. Found that very interesting. Very interesting indeed. What I'm trying to do here. Rats. See, I can't get... Anyway, whatever. I must do a bagel giveaway. I wonder if I could ship a bagel across the border. Would that get stopped? Would that get stopped at the border? I remember once my sister had a boyfriend in Vancouver, and there's a place in Vancouver that does these uber spectacular lasagnas. Just like the stuff O dreams kind of thing. And so my sister's boyfriend flew out to Montreal to see her for a while, and brought a frozen lasagna in his carry-on. And when he was going through security, this would never fly today, of course, but Yeah, I went through the zapper there, whatever it's called, the X-ray, and the guy stopped and said, "What's that?" And he said, "You're not going to believe me, but it's a lasagna." The guy kind of looked at him like he was nuts. He said, "You got to be there to understand," kind of thing. But I was just like, "What could you? Do you think you could bring a frozen lasagna in your carry-on today?" I think not. Like, is the patience of the security people for weirdness much smaller, or excuse me, are the guidelines a lot tighter? Or do you think that no, it's not that different? Like if it's not liquid, then you can probably get it on. Let's get it out. Um, Beer's done. Um, I'm just making sure I'm not missing a lot of chit chat. Whoops. Oh, Windows bites my ass so hard, guys. It's awful. I just like shot all my windows right out of the screen. There we go. Okay. Back in business. Tenenbaum would pay for someone to send you a few dozen. If I knew they would get there, I would send you a few dozen. But like, there's got to be some weird rules about sending foodstuffs. Hebe. Go walk in the desert or the swamp, and you'll have a sodium reduced diet. Yeah, exactly. So you got to pump up what your intake is. Crucy says that Montreal smoked meat is kind of good. Also, yeah, that's legendary. Yeah, Montreal is only about 10 hours round trip, just a slight detour. So that means if it's a 10 hours round trip, you're about 5 hours away. So you're not as far as Toronto. You're definitely not as far as New York City, because New York City is about 8 hours to like city limits, and then another 2 hours in traffic trying to get across the island. Yeah, I love it. Ten Mom says the problem is they have no sense of humor. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe the sense of humor is gone. Um, Simon says he was in Wichita 5 years ago and discovered that Montreal brisket was a thing. I couldn't stop laughing. Well, that's probably just Montreal style smoked meat, right? I remember I was sitting in a restaurant. This is like 25 years ago. This restaurant on Saint Laurent Street. It was, geez, I don't remember what it was called, but like its stock and trade was that it had like 30 different kinds of sauce for your French fries and 80 different kinds of international beer. These four American guys walked in and sat down, salesman types, and there's a smoked meat sandwich on the menu, and so the guy asked the girl, "What's smoked meat?" She says, "Well, it's meat, but smoked." He says, "Yeah, but what kind of meat is it?" And here's the thing, like, it's a brisket, but most people just know it as smoked meat. So she's like, "It's beef, I think." It's like, because you don't tend to think of smoked meat in connection with even the brisket for most people. It's just this funny thing that the guy's like, "Yeah, but what kind of meat is it?" She's like, "Smoked." And I'm sitting there at the next table, dying as quietly as possible. Uh, okay, you're west of the GTA, all right? Yes, Robin comes to the rescue. Mondo Frit. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. That was a good place. I miss that place. I miss being able to eat those fries without worry of, Anyway, what else? It wasn't a smoked meat. The brisket didn't even have steak spices. Okay. Yeah, I miss that place too, Rob. The beer, she is done. Good old beer. Good old done. What time we're at? We're 10 to 10. Why was I talking about smoked meat? Oh, because somebody said smoked meat in the side chat. This is the most scattered live stream I've had in months. Not going to go for that right away. Oh, it smells so good, though. For those of you who are wondering, got it? Smoky, peaty, kind of a barbecue element. Yeah, Tenenbaum sort of says what I decided not to say. If you can get from west of the GTA to Montreal in about 5 hours, you're making good time. Yeah. I remember once the missus and I were hauling butt back to Montreal from Toronto. Her family was holding a birthday supper in her honor that evening. And so we were just booting it, and then we hit this epic traffic just outside of Hamilton, Kingston, whatever's the one between us and Toronto. We very nearly missed the entire event because we were just so trapped. Hold on a second. You people are making me hungry, says Hawaii Volcano Squad. Me too. I'm going to have to eat a bagel when we're done here. Oh, Chris says it's from the closest camping spots, what we Southerners call the North. Got it. Crucy definitely knows Crucy's stuff. Orange Julep has good orange juice in the car shows on to carry. I remember that place used to have waitresses on rollerblades who would come up to your car window, take your order, and then bring you like a little tray with your food. But I don't think they do that anymore. Robin's asking when I'll do a live pemmican tasting. When I can get some pemmican. I like me some pemmican. I used to be able to buy pemmican from Mountain Equipment Co-op. It was made by a First Nations community in Saskatchewan, I think. And it had service berries in it. What's the other name for service berries, guys? What was that? What was the other name for a service berry? Saskatoon berries, I think. Yeah, I think it was called. I think they're Saskatoon berries. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry there, Rob. Mark is asking what about a live hot pepper tasting? That could be amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in stuff like that because I like hot flavors, and I don't know if I'm good enough to pop like a Scotch bonnet in my mouth or anything, but I do like the hotness. I see. I got to get me some pemmican now. I love that stuff. What about a nice poutine? The Montreal Pool Room probably does the best sort of traditional poutine. Want some? Whatever you're talking about, I probably do. Oh, are you talking about pemmican? Do you have some? Mao's back, making herself a snack. Ay, man, I'm hungry. What I made for supper tonight was roasted what are des patates douces, guys? Simon, patate sweet potatoes, roasted sweet potatoes with like a mayo, a spicy mayo. I pan fried a bunch of corn kernels, threw that on top. Made a béarnaise, chopped up some fresh beans. It was delicious. Martin makes his own pemmican, which I would like to do. I'd like to try making pemmican, and I'd like to try making what's the South African version called again? I keep wanting to call it a tontelduis, but that's a fire lighting tool. Crumbs. What's that South African pemmican style stuff called? I'm trying to look it up, but I know that someone's going to throw it right down there. South African pemmican. I might be lucky. Biltong. Biltong. Oh, and Tenenbaum swings in with biltong. Yes. Hold on a second here. I've lost my cursor. Russell would like to try to make French toast. I support you in this. I think that's an excellent plan. Mallory's like, all this food talking, I'm making ramen noodles. Yeah, that's still a legit snack choice. Am I right, guys? Of course I'm right. Of course I'm freaking right. Always right. Let me just do one little thing here. I'm trying to very sneakily, look at another screen. You guys are not going to notice, right? Hold on one second. There we go. Mallory, check your Facebook. Check your Facebooks. Where were we? Okay, so here's what Pie Martin does. No berries, just dried meat and beef tallow. Berries were a European innovation. They like to sweeten it. Prior to that, berries were never added, as that results in spoilage. Unless you add lingonberries, just to bring us full circle to something else we were talking about a lot earlier. All right, Crucy, see you later. Oops. All right, Crucy, see you later. Thanks for swinging by. Russell. Ah.
Hello.
There we go.
Sorry, I was watching the bear thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I've discovered it, yeah, man, that's just such a. That's the life of Riley, man. You're sitting there in a running stream, and you just open your mouth, and a jumping salmon just lands in it.
Okay, so one of the cool things happening right now is that the salmon are jumping like crazy. There's so many right now. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been watching this mother and her yearlings, right? The mother goes up to the edge of the falls.
Yeah.
And she'll catch a fish, and she'll turn around, and then the cubs come in, and the three of them kind of eat it together, right?
Yeah.
But right now, the cubs are at the edge of the falls, and the mother's kind of standing back a little bit watching them. So she's teaching them, or coaching them or something, on how to catch their own salmon. What was cute is like the salmon are jumping, and the cubs, the yearlings are going, missed it.
Right.
Missed it.
Because she's the one who was like leaping after salmon before. For those of you who are interested, I'm dropping the link to that channel in the side chat here that you can check out after the live stream.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I messaged Stacy on Facebook, and I said, "You still watching the bears?" And she said, "Oh, today I've been watching the underwater salmon."
Right.
I guess another camera at the same place that's underwater.
Yeah, amazing.
Anyway, I didn't mean to hijack your chat. I was just.
Right, except that now that I've opened up the damn window, and I will not look.
Well, yeah, I totally lost that You know, when we were all chatting the other night, I totally lost control of everything when I put that link in there.
Yeah. It was not a good
Stacy
plan.
was there, like, oh,
Yeah. I remember that. Oh,
oh, she almost. I'm trying to talk, and
yeah.
Stacy.
Chris is asking if Quebec maple syrup is really the best in the world. I don't know about that because I don't know if it's really that different in Vermont, right? Or I guess they make some in Ontario as well. I mean, I know that Quebec is the biggest maker. You know, if you're having maple syrup anywhere, there's a very large chance that it comes from here.
Just
but
you know what? I think in different areas of the world, it just tastes different because the trees are a little bit different.
yeah, could be.
I made maple syrup here once, and it tasted different than any other maple syrup I've ever had. Not worse, not better, just different. It had its own flavor.
And it's a 40-1 ratio, right?
It depends. It can be 40, it can be 50. Depends on the trees. You only find out when you boil it down, and
right.
Yeah, the what is it? The temperature or the?
I don't know. The area that I was going to with Serge on some of my videos last year, no, the year before last. That's a cabane à sucre. So it's all full of maple trees, and they've got this like rubber piping going everywhere. Because I mean, it's not, you don't do it the way they used to, right? Marching around with a bunch of buckets and knocking a little spigot into the tree or anything. It's a much higher tech thing now.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty cool when they have and it just drains automatically right into their tanks, right? So on.
Yeah.
Bazinga. Is that a stain on my shirt? Or is that?
I don't know.
Funny. I can't see it. Does that look like a stain? Oh no, it's the part of the logo.
I think so. It's just been
with me. You never know.
It's just been heavily used.
I hear though, if you get a big stain on your shirt that you can't get out, take a black marker and draw and outline it, so then it'll look like a design.
Huh. Cool. Give me a second.
So here we are at Jess's live stream, where we're going to say all the bad words I know in the next 2 seconds. Here they are: bungle, doofus, butt brain.
I received this T-shirt in the mail yesterday, and then I forgot about it.
I just demonetized your live stream.
Did you?
We're not mad. We're continually disappointed and also mad.
It felt like this T-shirt was designed for me, so I bought one.
It should be like. Yeah.
The truth of the matter is written on the T-shirt. So good.
I feel that we just talked recently, Jess.
We did, but I listened last night.
I don't even remember most of the conversation.
No. I think he's gone to see a man about a hearse.
No, just a beer.
Oh, okay. There are wolves around the bears. Oh, maybe those are just baby bears. There's a lot of discussion about sugar shacks and maple stuff going on in the side chat here. That's the way it should be. That's absolutely the way it should be. You can't beat a good maple syrup doused food item. Whew. I kind of had to work for that one.
You're really stretching your English there.
No, I was like, where am I going to go with this? Like, maple, what am I talking about? Just finish it, man. Just finish it off.
Land the plane. Land the plane.
Yeah, I got to land this baby without a tail.
Maple is the best source of sugar. It is a great source of sugar. That's one thing I'd like to try sometime is melt or boiling it right down to sugar.
Yeah. I wonder, like there are large numbers of people who would say that sugar cane is the best source of sugar,
Yeah. Well,
right?
yeah.
But I wonder if you could, like, you can make rum from molasses or sugar cane.
Yep.
I wonder what rum from maple syrup would be like.
Ooh. That's a good question.
Like, would it be all mapley and stuff? In which case, why the hell didn't you just buy mead? Or would it be, like,
Alcohol made from maple syrup. Maple liqueur refers to various alcoholic products made from maple
yeah,
syrup, primarily in the Northeast. Maple
man, those
liqueur.
fish are jumping. Yeah, but I don't like maple liqueurs. I don't like beverages that have too much of a maple, like booze that has too much of a maple element to it.
Oh, I see. They're saying maple syrup is too expensive to use as alcohol, so it's better as a flavoring agent.
Mm,
Maple
fair point.
rum. Maple rum is made with Vermont spring water and molasses. It's good for 3. What? How does that?
It's got maple, Vermont
Where's the
water, and what?
water and molasses? Well, that's just rum.
Yeah.
Or Vermont spring water, but that's okay. So that has nothing to do with maple syrup. That's just the
Oh,
name.
because like the spring water in Vermont is all maple flavored, right? Because of all the trees. What?
So maple syrup. What happens when you distill maple syrup?
Because here's the thing: if you distill anything enough, you get it to a vodka style, then it doesn't matter what it's made out of because the character's all gone.
Anyway, let's move on. I wanted to show a knife.
Yeah.
It's
What is
a
that little guy?
Avalon.
Oh, is that one of those with the replaceable blade?
Yeah, exactly. So the blade comes razor sharp, and then when it's not razor sharp, you just replace it. And the blades are like on Amazon, they're a little bit more than $1 a blade, but they last for a long time, depending on how often you use it.
It looks like a skinning knife to me.
Yeah, in fact, I've used it for skinning and butchering, partial butchering, anyway. Really good for that. Really good when you just need a really, really sharp knife and you're not worried about dulling it at all.
Right, because
it's like it is razor sharp. Like it's so crazy. But oddly enough, I was just looking on Amazon. I can't find the knife anywhere. I can find the refills, like 12 blades for $16, I think. But you can't find the knife. So I don't know if they're just out of stock or what's going on.
What did you say it's called?
Havalon. Habalon. It's a small knife as well. You can carry it on your hip or in your pocket. So a little bit out of the ordinary for when we're talking about knives.
Yeah. There was something similar to that that they used to have at Cabela's. I don't know if it was actually Havalon, but there was definitely something with that replaceable blade. Now, does Havalon only do replaceable blade knives?
Oh no, they have a series of knives.
Is that the Paranta that you just held up?
Yes, it's the Paranta.
Yeah.
So I only checked Amazon.ca. They might be on Amazon.com, but I don't even think it was that expensive a knife. I could look it up actually. I could look up what I originally paid for it.
Well, I'm dropping the link in the side chat so that other people can look up the knife if they be so inclined.
It was $39.99, so $40.
Right. Going back to what Tenenbaum was saying about the making whiskey or whatever with maple. He said that where he is, the sugar is all sourced from sugar beets, and I think that at one point the difference between Coke in Canada and Coke in the United States was that apparently in the United States they switched from sugar cane sugar to sugar beet sugar a long time before we did, so that the beverages did not taste the same on either side of the border. I don't know if there's any real truth to that. It's just what I heard. And of course, I believe everything I hear.
Of course. Who doesn't?
These days, apparently, nobody doesn't. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Hey, you want to hear a YouTube story?
Yeah.
There's this guy called... I'm sure people... He's got like over 3 million... Or he did have over 3 million subscribers. Hold on, let me find his name. Jim Browning. He does videos on... He scams scammers.
Okay.
And I think maybe I've watched one of his videos before. Like he'll like hack into a scammer system and then completely expose them. Anyway, he had something like 3.3. No, that's not right. I think he had over 3 million subscribers. Anyway, he just posted recently on his Twitter that his channel got deleted. He deleted his own channel because he thought he was talking to creator support. And the guy, whoever he was talking to, said, you know, you need to go through these steps. And the steps were to delete his channel. But it was some scammer.
Someone who pissed off, I guess.
Well,
Hello.
interesting. Hi, Hello. Interestingly, YouTube has always said if you delete your channel, that's it. You know, you don't get it back. There's no way they can get it back. So now we're gonna see if this guy gets his channel back, then YouTube's gonna be in a shitstorm because they've always said, you know, their thing is they can't get it back. But if they don't get it back, interesting situation. I kind of think it's a prank or a stunt or something, because to actually go through and delete your channel, it's like a number of steps, and the last screen is like, if you delete your channel, here's what you're deleting: this many videos, this many subscribers you had on your channel, this many ding 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 ding, here's what you're deleting. So it's pretty damn clear that this is like not a good thing.
Have you ever deleted a channel before?
For me?
Yeah.
Have I? No, I just went through the steps to see what it would look like.
Oh.
And I was very nervous doing it too.
Yeah.
Because it's like you have to say, do you really want to delete everything? I was like, yes, because I know there's another screen, I think, right? This is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and even attempt to do any of that.
No, me neither. No way.
I had to see. Anyway, YouTube news.
So Jesse, did you record that thingy today?
Yesterday.
Yes, last night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So now it's passed on to
Stacy.
Okay. I'm excited.
Wait, Sandsock, you deleted your channel? Huh.
The world's changed.
Yeah, that would change my world too. I would have such a hard time erasing my channel because I've been working on it since 2013. You know?
Yeah, so Mallow, the only prop is a shot of alcohol. I'm sure you might have some around there for the video.
Yeah, we should be good. I should be covered.
Is that bunch or what? Because
everyone just
oh my gosh, I have to show. Remember, you were drinking Porto. Were you drinking Porto on this stream or on your stream?
I think it was mine.
Okay, well, I found my device to drink Porto, and I'll have to show you.
You have a device for drinking Porto?
Yes, it's called a pipette.
I have a pewter goblet, but which I actually never use. But what is it? What did she say?
A pipette.
A
pipette, but yeah. I also have a couple of pewter goblets that I've only used like twice. I'm afraid of getting them dinged if they knock against each other.
I picked one up at like I don't know, like a Goodwill or something like that. I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's a pewter goblet, and I looked at it, it was like $2. And I thought, yep, I'll take that. Even though it's got some interesting like golfing design. Like whatever. Yeah, I've golfed before. Whatever. Is she coming back?
Yeah. Tenenbaum is that they tend to be. Oh yeah. Okay.
I want to fill up on mead. So this isn't Porto, but this is what it looks like.
Okay.
Did you like this?
And interesting.
It's
And
made
that's
for Porto.
really.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. Now I'm going to
Yep.
do some research. I thought you're supposed to drink with pewter goblets, but
Yeah.
Hey, Grace.
okay.
So that's not the scientific pipette that you use for like squeeze.
That's what I
No.
was thinking. Like chemistry pipette, right?
Pipette. It looks like a little mouse with two little legs.
Oh, you need to put, those googly eyes you can buy? You need to put
Yeah.
googly eyes on there.
Yeah, right? I have those. I have
Damn.
kids. I have young kids.
Yeah.
I got to buy one. I got the googly eyes. I just need the glass.
You just need the pipette. Yeah. Oh, hey, Grace Martin in the house. How's it going, Grace? How it is going, Grace?
Totally setting this up right now.
What are you setting up? You gonna buy a pipette?
I got to buy a pipette. Yeah.
Pipette. I don't even know where you can find it. We bought this at a store, local store.
How do you spell that? Pipette.
Pipeette.
Yeah, see, I'm getting all this chemistry shit.
Yeah, because that's. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that.
Like what? Oh, so Mallory, I mean, that must be the French term. What is it in English?
I'm checking right now. Oh,
You know what? I'm just
Is
going
it-
to look up port glass.
Yeah, just look at port glass on Amazon and you'll come up with something.
No, it's just wine glasses.
Well, yeah, because a port glass traditionally is just a very small
I found them. Port sippers.
port sippers.
I found it at the exact same time. Okay. Yep, they look exactly like the one.
Yep.
Mallory's using.
See?
And they're affordable.
Port sipper.
Chris, ce n'est pas une pipe.
Oh wow, you can buy a set of 4 for $20.
Yep.
Or you can Trudeau set of 2 tawny port sippers. Trudeau set
They're
of
really
2
fun.
tawny.
Trudeau, it's a brand name. They do a lot of kitchen and cocktail stuff.
That's just. I like tawny. What makes it a tawny port sipper? I love tawny port, but what? I mean, it looks the same as the other ones.
Marketing.
You're right. And it's working. It's totally working. I want to buy that one. It's more expensive than instead of 4.
Right.
And you only get 2. Damn it, Mallory.
Damn it, Mallory.
Oh, I see. The set of 4 is 2.75 ounces. The set of 2 is 5.5 ounces. Well, we know where I'm going, don't we?
Right. For the five ounces.
More glass means more port.
Yeah.
I'm just drinking my sweet mead out of it. The same one I was drinking the other time. Medieval.
Mhm. Yeah. I've
Tastes
still
pretty
got a
good.
bottle of that. I bought a bottle of that because when I designed a cocktail for Dennis, the canoe hound, I was using a honey syrup that I made, and a couple of days later, he made one and he sent me a picture of it and said, "Hey, I'm using mead instead of the honey syrup." To which I said, "Wow!" So I ran out and bought a bottle of mead. That made that because it's the one that I've had before, and now I've changed the recipe to have mead instead of the honey syrup because it's much nicer.
Very good.
Yeah.
There, I've ordered him.
There you go.
Russell, every time you show up on my live stream, you order something. You bought a Groman knife the first time.
He did.
Oh, and did I tell you somebody in town? Oh, did I tell you this story? I probably told you the story, but maybe everybody hasn't heard the story. But this is hilarious. I'm standing in the beer store, and I've just been telling stories recently about how people have been recognizing me, because of my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, and I just did that video. 2 subscribers found me and left this thing for me, right? So I'm in the beer store, and I hear, "Hey, is that a Russell?" And I'm like, and I turn around, and the guy's looking at my hip, and I realize he's talking about my knife, the Groman Russell.
All right.
Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because it used to be called. Yeah.
yeah, that's a Russell, and I pulled it out. Yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah, I love those knives. I love that design." I'm like, "Yeah, cool."
It's a good thing you didn't like turn around and be ready to sign autographs or something. It's like, yes, it's me. No, dude, I'm talking about the knife. But pleased to meet you, Russell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam, that's awesome. 55 gallons of honey. I haven't
Yeah.
harvested any honey yet from my hives.
55 gallons. Wow.
So what? A gallon is like 3.8 liters, right?
That's like a barrel of wine. Or sorry, honey.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a huge amount.
That's a lot of honey.
Yeah, I think I remember him telling me on a live stream how many hives he had at one point, but I don't quite remember.
I totally making mead with that. Yeah.
Well, the question I would have is if you have 55 gallons of honey, how much meat does that turn into?
Good question.
It takes a lot of honey to do a batch. It needs a lot of honey.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go get an example of a size of how much honey is filled in a bottle. Yeah.
And we will just sit here in silence waiting, right?
I was gonna say, you know what? She hasn't mentioned anything about the wedding yet, so far so good.
So for this size, right, which is, is it only in ounces? What's up with that? It's an old molasses bottle.
Okay.
But it's, it's a pretty nice size. And I remember we put in almost like this much, and it wasn't enough for this size batch. So it's
more than half.
It took a lot.
Sensox says it's 602 pounds, I guess, of honey, 17 to 25 hives. Now,
that's a lot.
Martin says he used to make 13 pounds of honey to make a batch of 5 gallons.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that would be maybe like a less of a proportion than what we had, but man, ours didn't turn out sweet at all.
So 13 pounds has got to be close to a gallon? I'm guessing if 55 gallons makes 600 pounds, then 13 pounds would be close to a gallon, maybe a bit more.
Yeah, we were close to half the bottle, so it would be like 50-50, and it wasn't enough, but maybe it was a recipe too. We also had it was I always forget the name of that fruit that we use. Les cerises à grappe. Do you know what that is, Jesse?
No. They're not like ground cherries, are they?
They're more sour.
I don't know.
I'll check.
I don't have the same massive knowledge of, flora as you do, Mallory, with your knowledge.
Cerise à grappe. English. I think it's chokeberry, something like that.
Oh, choke cherries.
Choke cherries?
Maybe.
Choke berries?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Mark is asking if they're huckleberries.
No.
I don't think so.
What's the French term?
Cerise à grappe. It's a cluster of little mixed fruit. I'm trying to find it, but it's taking forever.
Martin's saying traditional meat is not sweet. So maybe that was it. Like, Mallory, when you say you didn't have enough and it was more than half the jar, what do you mean it wasn't enough? You didn't get the alcohol content you were looking for?
No, it was just really bad. It wasn't good. It didn't taste very good. And we tried another time with another batch, and we were maybe sort of thinking maybe it might be our water. But I don't know, it just didn't turn out good, and it didn't taste it just didn't taste good.
Yeah, they're choke cherries.
But what about the alcohol content of your final product?
I have no idea what it was. I have no idea. We didn't check the alcohol content.
Yeah. I made beer twice. Once it came out good, and the second time it didn't turn out very well. And I figured it was because I didn't keep everything as clean as it's supposed to be. Like you're making beer, everything's got to be just perfect.
Yeah.
As opposed to rum, I don't give a shit about rum. The alcohol level is so high, it doesn't matter. It's going to kill any bad
Fair
stuff.
point.
Oh, cool.
Choke cherry jelly.
Choke cherries.
That's like half sugar and half berry.
Most likely. Anyways, it's good to know now. Choke cherries are cerise agave.
Yeah. Yeah, we have an abundance of those.
Pine Martin is saying that his mead was usually 13% alcohol, using champagne yeast.
Yeah.
So a bottle of wine is about 14%. So it's not like spirits level alcohol content, but it's still pretty respectable. 13%.
I still need to cold crash my dandelion wine for a couple days before bottling. It's the fermentation process is just done now. It's really nice though.
I think we have
I
choke
wish you
cherry.
can see that color.
That's
nice.
dandelion.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
So I just need to bottle it now.
What's cold crashing?
So I already transferred it into another bottle, but this is the sediment that's left. But like before transferring it, I had this much.
Okay.
So I transferred it, and now cold crashing is just for a few more days, but without this.
Okay.
And then you're gonna transfer it in the bottles afterwards, after like 3 days, so that to have the less sediment possible.
All right.
Oh,
But it's
Martin's-
looking pretty good and tasting pretty good so far.
so
Nice.
Martin's saying if you use beer yeast, it gets killed off. So you use champagne yeast. Yeah, I think what do I use in my?
I just used bread yeast for mine because that's all I had on hand.
Well, bread yeast is the only kind of yeast I know where to find. Like, I don't know if there's a brewery, not a brewery, but a brewing retailer, nearby. There's got to be something nearby because I know someone who makes his own beer.
There's a whole bunch of them, and you can even buy them online.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would love to have a still, like a column still or a pot still.
Yeah.
I would love to put up a barrel of whiskey and let it sit there and age for 10 years. I did too. A single malt and 100% rye.
Yeah, there's a website where I get my stuff from. Oh, so this is rum turbo yeast,
Okay.
specifically for rum. But I think, you can get all kinds of different yeasts.
And you have like a specific date that you have to use it in, or else it's not optimal, right?
Well, I put mine
Or
in
you
the
keep it in the
fridge.
freezer.
Right.
I'll look for a date on it. I don't know. I've had this for a while. I haven't made any rum this summer. It's been weird.
What? No rum this summer? Come on, man.
I know. I could kick myself too.
The only thing with this little thingy is that you drink it really fast because it's really fun.
Don't get 3 sheets to the wind on the live stream here, Mel, because you've never been drunk on a live stream before.
Not on yours, I don't think. Oh, no, I was just really tired that one time.
Yeah.
I have some from last summer's batch still.
Oh, it's white.
Yeah,
So-
it comes out white, and then I add some oak chips to it, toasted oak chips, and it comes out
Oh.
like a darker color. But yeah, in fact,
So you want to find the oak chips? So it's nice that he built that off-grid cabin, and it's like when you say I built an off-grid cabin, you think of something about the size of a toy box, right? Like a micro house kind of thing.
Mhm.
That is not a micro house kind of thing. It's probably got the same footprint as my house.
It's probably got the same footprint of my house without my entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
are you talking
And
about my
this-
cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's kind of the more of the color that once you do the oak chip thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Okay.
And it really does mellow out the flavor. It's really cool, actually. But yeah, so I do this. It cost me less than $6 for this much alcohol, whereas that's $70 with tax in the store.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
That's why I should do it.
Now, but do you have a still? Like, how do you do it?
Excuse me while I walk back to the kitchen.
I was going to say, the poor guy just sat down and I had to go and ask a stupid question. Making him really work for it this time.
I remember he was like, one time I was on the live stream and I kept on stepping away. He's like, "You're the only person that I know that steps away so much from your camera."
Right.
And look at him now.
Yeah. Stepping up. Stepping to a whole different floor. Okay.
Yeah, that meat just went right through me.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Better watch it.
Yeah, I mean, especially like I just posted a video tonight about like just everything that we're doing around the farm for wedding planning and stuff. Oh my gosh, like every day has been like that for the past week, and I don't know how I'm not burnt out yet.
Mm. Yeah. I think he's back. He's not back. He's got something.
Put him on big screen.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, what's funny is I was telling two of my subscribers about this. And they went out. There's a store in Toronto that you go and you can buy the complete still. And they went to town. They make all kinds of alcohol. So this is my container for the mash, right?
Yep.
It's really dirty right now. 25 liters of water and what is it? 6 kilograms of molasses and then another 6 kilograms of sugar. It sits there for about a month.
Okay, but you're not like distilling like when one makes gin or whiskey or like.
And this is my distiller. It's just a desktop model, like a countertop model.
Mm.
And it's
Really?
These are made for distilling water. But what they do is they go in and they change the thermostat so it boils at a lower temperature. Like alcohol boils at, I forget what it is, like 80 degrees Celsius. Okay. So the alcohol boils off and the water stays in, right? Because water boils at 100.
Yeah.
And that runs for, about 3 hours. And you get about 750 milliliters per run. And then you empty out the crap and then you pour in the next bit and you run it again. For that 25-liter container, I run it for like 3 days, doing 3 runs a day or 4 runs, depending on how long I want to do it. And I get like 6 of these.
Wow.
Nice.
Something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it lasts, of course, those last, well, for a normal person, that would last a long time. But it's great. And you can pull it off at whatever percentage alcohol you like when you're doing it that way. Like when you're getting close, you keep testing it and like 50%. Yeah, sure. You can pull it off at 70%. If you run it through twice, then you can hit like 90% or more.
You're fucking poison yourself though.
You wouldn't want to do that though.
Yeah.
Water distiller machine.
Yeah, I can give you the website. The website has everything.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, drop the website into the side chat there. Hold on 1 second here. Oh well, I was trying to find you in the side chat there, Russell, but you haven't actually been posting much in the side chat.
Blackstrap or fancy?
I was about to bring that up on screen.
Yeah, I just buy. I think it's just Blackstrap. You could use blackstrap or fancy. In fact, I was going to try and use the molasses they sell for horse food, right? You make Mallory. You mix
Yeah,
molasses.
I think you do. I don't use any because it's too sweet for my horses, but yeah.
I mean, it's molasses, right? It should be usable. Makes me wonder. You know how like a lot of some Canadian whiskey and all bourbon is corn based. Like, do they use industrial corn, like the stuff that goes into cattle feed or livestock feed, or do they use the sweet corn for whiskey?
Oh, I doubt they use the sweet corn. Too expensive.
Yeah, I
can't
think it'd be too expensive as well.
I can't put links in the chat. Or do you just mean like StreamYard chat?
Well, wait. Did you say anything in the side chat?
Which
Say
side
hi.
chat are you talking about?
Posted in the
YouTube?
Sure.
Popcorn. I'm hungry still. I ate fish for dinner, and every time I eat fish, it's like it doesn't fill me up enough.
Empty calories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, Russell, now you can post a URL.
Here's what I do to kind of fill that need, Mallory, is you take a great big glob of mayo and you put it on the plate, and then you dip your fish in the mayo, like copious amounts, like you're dipping, like you're doing chips and dip.
Yeah, it's still not enough. I need more fish, I think.
There you go.
You never have too much fish. Okay, Russell, I just made it so that you can post a URL in the side chat.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Yeah, you can take that away again if you want. I'm not to be trusted.
Oh, I know. I have my suspicions. Use your powers for good before I come back away.
How about sort of good?
Good fun.
So where's that website?
Yeah, we're still waiting there, Russell.
I put it there.
I don't see it.
Did it? It's in chat. Did it not show up in chat?
Nope.
No.
I swear on
On what?
dirt. I swear on
You
dirt.
swear on
that I did
dirt.
it.
Well, hey, if there's one thing I've learned is that if somebody swears on dirt, you can trust what's being said. You can take that to the bank.
Okay, try it again.
Boom.
There you go.
Why didn't it work the first time? I swear I did it. I have graphical and vocal evidence.
Graphical and vocal.
Yeah. I mean, I said
Oh.
I did it.
Home distilling.
Smiley's Home Distilling.
You want us? Excuse me. Do you want to?
It goes to air still.
Air Still by Still Spirits. That's got to be it.
There, look. I'm trying to share my screen here.
Oh, hold on.
So,
I'll make that happen.
they tweaked it pretty much.
Can you see?
Oh,
Why does that not work? There, look. Now you seeing it?
Yeah?
I put it twice. The
Oh,
first
yeah,
time-
weird.
that is weird.
Huh. That's bizarre. How bizarre.
Yeah,
I
so
told you.
they sell it there, but it's because they tweaked it, right?
How
They
did
did
you
tweaked the temperatures.
The countertop distiller? Yeah.
Okay, so you can't just buy a regular one; you have to buy it from them.
Yeah, well, unless you have a degree in electrical engineering or...
Yeah, got it.
Well, you probably
Okay.
didn't need that. You know what I mean, right? But
Yeah.
Because I tell you that I do not have that degree.
That's really cool.
yeah. I don't know if I'd recommend it, though. I mean, if you can, I would just go with one of the regular distillers. As I said, some companies make them.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, you swore on dirt and you came through. There it is. So it's 237 US dollars. So switch that to Canadian bucks plus adding shipping. It's going to be like $300.
Yeah,
That's US dollars.
Yeah.
at least $300.
Why would the
And then
price
there's
be
probably
so
going to
high?
be like export or import fees.
Yeah, if they'll even let it across. Well, if Russell got one, they'll probably let it across.
Cost me $50 in import fees for the Enchroma glasses. So
Wow.
That's so weird. That's so weird. This company's in Saskatchewan. Like, why would they price it now?
Well, I guess we don't have to worry about the import duties then. Yeah, that is weird. There must be a toggle somewhere. There must be a toggle somewhere. It's like,
it's a weird website.
It is. Yep.
Sandsock says the US dollar doesn't mean much. It means a lot when I'm trying to buy something and realizing that I have to add an extra percentage on, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I think exchange is what keeps me buying within Canada more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to say it's because I'm a patriot. No. It's because I'm tired of like, wow, this is $200. Oh, no, it's not. Great. That was a surprise, you know?
Yeah.
The stupidest example of that was when I bought my Hennessy hammock. I clicked on Hennessy.com. For some reason, it automatically came up on the American site. So I looked at the price of the hammock I wanted to buy. It was like $160 or something. I was like, I'm buying it. And like I had to switch to the Canadian store or something, but like I had the American price in my head the whole time I was buying this. So I just blindly sort of went tap, 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 tap. And then when I checked later, I was like, wow, what do you mean it's not $160? It would, you know, and then I went and checked, and it's because they're one of those where you've got the Canadian site and the American site.
Yeah.
And I don't pay enough attention, right? I assumed that it was the price I'd seen on the page. Sandsock says, "Oh, you just wait. We're messing up our bucks so bad. It's going to be cheap for you to buy down here." But I'm not going to dive too far into that, but you might not be wrong. You might.
Every time I go to the US, I'm like, shopping spree. Every time.
Simone says something that's confusing. He says, even if that thermostat had a PLL loop, it's not complicated to replace one in a distiller. I'm just going to say, yeah, he's right. Totally.
I'm sure it's not difficult.
You know what's weird is that the exchange rate is really, really high. But if you go there, everything is way cheaper. Like,
yeah, but it's because of economies of scale. It's the same reason, like, you know those Canuck boots? Canuck, you know, the boots that are made in Canada? You can buy them cheaper in Manhattan than you can up here because economies of scale. They can order enough of those boots that the price is just...
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because when I went to Alaska, and Alaska's like, it was in 2007, you know, things were just getting started up there, like in that city where I was. And I was going to shop for like these skater shoes that everybody was buying and the DC shoes. And I was like, man, how can I buy these for $40 when at home I'd buy them for like $80?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. It is nuts. Such a good bottle of whiskey. So damn good.
I need to buy more port.
Are you out of port?
Well, I just bought port glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm out of port, yeah.
You're going to really enjoy them. I drank this in no time. Like, they're really dangerous, though.
Yeah, because they've got a built-in straw.
Yep.
Right? Anytime you're drinking through a straw, it's fun times. So if you're not careful, you know.
It's so easy to just sit there and sip.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have this problem whereby, like, for instance, I'm on my second glass of scotch here, and if I'm not in front of like, if I'm not doing this, one glass is an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like an hour, hour and a half. It takes me forever because I'm nosing and I'm pretending that I'm so high class and it tastes a little bit, and this whole thing, this whole process. But when I'm doing this, I'm not thinking about it so much. I'm like, oh, so good, gluck. Oh, so good, gluck. And next thing you know, I've gone through, like, how much of a bottle did I go through last time we were talking, Russell?
I don't remember. Why are you asking me?
Because I don't remember either, and it's because you were the catalyst. Because I was on camera, and it's just like, boop, doing stuff, chit chatting, boop, another.
Okay, here's
Were
my
you guys
impression.
live?
No.
Here's my impression of Jess. Do you realize my bottle was this high when I started this? Do you realize it was up here and now it's down here? And then a few minutes later, do you realize when I started it was up here and now it's down here? And then a few minutes later, do you realize when I started it was up here and now it's down here? And
You exaggerate like an exaggerating thing.
Like 10 more times or so.
I said that once. I might have said it twice, actually.
That's your go-to, man.
No, my go-to is just this. So good, glug. This is another one of those bottles that I bought from Alberta. I tell you, when you add the shipping from Alberta onto a bottle of whiskey, it really drives the price up.
I bet.
Yeah. I have an uncle who lives sort of near Hemmingford, I guess. And there's a bottle at an SAQ down there. Like, there are 2 of them left in Quebec, and they're both at that SAQ. So I said, go and get me one. I'll transfer you the money. He doesn't drink, right? So he hasn't been into an SAQ in like 25 years. But he got me one. Now I just got to figure out how the hell to get it off of him.
And he's where?
He lives in Chateauguay.
Okay.
But I think he was down there for like work or something.
Well, it's not going to be too complicated. It's not like he's in another province.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Chris Garland would like you to blow bubbles with that glass.
Well, it's empty now.
Well, we know what you got to do.
No, man, I need to go. I have like 2 people coming over to help me set up like some like heavy stuff around the farm. So tomorrow,
like what?
Come on, one more is not gonna.
My post lights and just a whole bunch of flower pots that are full that I need to, put along the aisle and stuff. So, and then I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow.
Right.
I want to be in good shape for my visitors.
Right. And when do they arrive?
Tomorrow morning.
Like how early?
Like 8ish or 9.
Okay.
I'm going to be up at 6:37 because I need to bring my daughter to day camp. But, yep.
Yeah, so I guess you're not filling that glass up again.
No, not tonight. I need to be good for the next week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll be okay. I'll be in my honeymoon stage. I'll be good.
Right. Are you guys actually doing a honeymoon?
Eventually. We might do a trip or something, but we were thinking of maybe going to Mongolia to go visit with shamans over there. We would really like that.
That sounds fabulous.
But not for the next couple years, I don't think. With the animals and the farm, it's really hard to get away. Like we haven't taken proper vacations in over 10 years.
Right.
Like proper, like take a week off. We haven't done that in over 10 years.
Yeah.
Like we take a weekend here and there, but not more than that.
Yeah, I can well imagine there are a lot of little lives depending on you.
Yeah. So eventually, one day, we'd really like to be able to leave just a few weeks and just be like, screw this shit.
Right. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Wow, we're at 10 to 11.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we should talk. We should talk on topic for a little bit.
It's okay. We didn't really have that much of a topic tonight. I was just talking about a few things that interested me. I feel that I blew the night when I couldn't get online.
I
Oh,
I
really? You started late?
A little bit.
Oh.
I
I'm
could grab
stressed.
some butter knives or something, and we could talk about those knives.
Yeah, butter knives, man. They're so good. They're so
I got
good.
a couple of paring knives.
On TikTok, there's a channel that they do sort of an outdoor cooking all the time, and they've got this knife that I guess they designed. It's supposed to be like a cleaver, but it's like a camp cleaver. And I really want that freaking knife. It's like $90
I
US.
saw that. They're everywhere, though. They're not even only on TikTok. They're on Instagram, too. I saw them on Instagram, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love watching cooking stuff, cocktail stuff and cooking stuff. Part of me would love to dive hardcore into, outdoor cooking, like campfire cooking. But
Yeah.
Yes, that would do.
Some things are so simple to do, too. Like, just simple ingredients, and they just look so good.
yeah.
Those
And those
videos
are the
can
ones that I
do
really
really
love to
well.
watch.
Yeah, those
Say
videos
again?
can do really well.
Yeah, they really can. Hi to Ian, the web lord.
Who invited that guy?
Careful, Ian. Careful, Ian. I temporarily gave Russell moderator powers. He may use his powers for evil.
Hey, I had an interview today with CBC Quebec.
Yeah, I saw that on the Book of Faces. How'd that go?
Yeah, it went really good. It's going to air next week, early in the morning, I think next Thursday on
Right.
CBC Quebec.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's in French.
No, it's in English.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
For what?
It's for the radio.
Yeah, but why you?
It's an English radio station, CBC Quebec. They're doing a series on people that have farms and they're living off the land, and like, why did you want to go back to living this way and all that good stuff. So it's really cool. And my horse was free ranging on the property, and my dog, and she was just like all happy to see the horses just free, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so they came out with a camera and stuff?
Yeah, she took pictures, but it was only for radio. So she's gonna have a web, like she's gonna put me on the web with a few pictures, but it's mostly gonna be a radio show.
Huh,
I
so
don't know.
were you able to promote your channel?
Yeah. So she asked me a little bit about my channel and all that stuff. So that was cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anyone at CBC in Quebec, but I know some people at CBC Montreal.
Yeah.
I tried to work at the CBC. In fact, it looked like I had an in, and then I don't know. I just never got called back for some reason.
She told me that her channel CBC Quebec covers the whole province except for Montreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Well, I need to head out. I need to go to bed.
Mal, there are
What?
8 minutes left.
Oh, okay. 8 minutes. Well, I'm gonna go fill it up for just like this much.
A tiny little
Okay.
bit. Yeah, that's what I did as well. I'm gonna do it
Yes.
one more time for good
Bring
measure.
the bottle, and we'll judge for you. We'll tell you when to stop. Yeah,
Russell, did you realize that when we started this,
it's harder on those dark bottles.
I'm
Yeah.
really proud of myself, though. I edited my first video with the DaVinci.
yeah, cool app, eh?
Yeah, and yeah, it took me forever to edit, but I got it out, and I think it turned out really good.
I would just like to say that Bettina's here at the
Hey,
very,
Bettina.
very last 10 minutes again.
Look, Bettina, I'm drinking out of a pipette.
A pipette.
A
And
quart sipper.
a port sipper. And Susan Scoville is here. Hi.
Susan.
Welcome to the live stream.
Look at that. She swore. Do you not have profanity filters on your?
Yeah, I know, but since I've never seen her name pop up before, I figured I would give it a pass this time.
Oh yeah, Susan. Susan's one of our group, one of our
Yeah.
people.
Well, good to
Susan.
see you here. Good to see you.
How many people are watching? I don't see.
I don't either. I have no idea.
Usually it's just us by the end.
You're not wrong. No, that's the wrong window. There are like 12 people watching now,
Okay.
and yet only 10 thumbs up. Who's hating on me? Which of you people are hating on me? Just taking a look here. Yeah, 12 people watching, 10 thumbs up. 11 thumbs up.
You know what that reminds you of? Can I tell you a story?
Sure, go.
My wife was once in court. She wasn't like in there because she was like charged with anything. But anyway, she was in court. She saw this happen. Everything was proceeding in the regular proceedings and stuff, and somebody's cell phone went off, right? And the prosecuting or the crown attorney, whatever you call them, she turns around and like glares angrily at the crowd, right? And nobody's owning up to the fact that their cell phone is ringing, so it eventually stops, and the proceedings carry on. And then they hear it again, the cell phone. Again, the crown attorney turns around and glaring at people. And then she's, and then stopped, and the proceedings came along, and then there was a break, and the judge went out, and all the people in that went out. But my wife was still sitting there, and the crown's like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. That was my phone."
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Oh no.
That's what that story. So click the thumbs up. The moral of that story is click the thumbs up.
Right. So Susan says that Don and I were. Hold on, I'm trying to get my mouse over there. Don and I were binge watching Bosch. I totally forgot this was happening. I don't know Bosch. Is that something I should binge?
I think your mic just did that thing.
Yeah, it's been doing it.
Really?
Been doing it, yeah.
So you can watch your old live streams and listen to what was happening.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I bore myself. So.
Oh.
All right. So I guess I will change the mic.
Don't change anything right now. You only got like 5 minutes. What do you?
Yeah,
Put it away.
it did it at least 3 times since I'm on.
That sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this baby in for next week.
Is that new?
Next week, yeah. No, I've had it for ages. I used it for music mostly, but I think it's a higher quality mic than this one. This is a Behringer or something. So I'll give it a try. See how it goes.
I want to hear it.
Yeah. I'll do it.
I can't wait.
Me neither. No, well,
Man, I don't even know if I'm going to live stream tomorrow.
Are you supposed to?
Yeah, every first Wednesday of every month.
first Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Yep.
Are we in August already? Wait.
No, wait.
No, you're next week then.
Oh yeah. True.
I was gonna say what?
Somebody told me in my comments, so you're live streaming tomorrow, and I was like, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Yeah.
We shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Not
So
tomorrow.
Ian says that Bosch is worth the binge. Is that on Netflix? Am I starting to slur?
I've
been watching Upload. I'm at like the 4th episode of the first season of Upload, and it's really special. It's on Prime, Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Somebody else was talking about
This guy dies, and he's like, they're way in the future, right? So he's like in the heaven, the digital heaven, and he can talk with the people that are living still because he uploaded his memory to this drive. And so it's really crazy, but it's really well done. Anyways, I'm at like the 4th episode, but
I will check that out. That sounds fun.
yeah.
So it's called Upload?
Yeah.
Bettina's fridge is on the blink, and so is her dryer. I replaced the hinge on my dryer door this week because the hinge was
Whoa.
the hinge was $100, and the repair job was going to be $400. So I was like,
The hinge
Tell you
was
what.
$100.
well, it was $80 plus shipping, blah blah blah.
Oh God.
So
I hate it when they do that. It's like
Yeah.
you can only buy this one hinge to fix this. It costs us 50 cents to make.
22 screws,
22 screws.
22 screws, 2 different kinds. One was like those little X shaped. What's it called? Phillips, and the other was sort of not like the
Allen
Allen
key?
key, not the Allen key though. The other one that's sort of like it's a star kind
Oh
of thing.
yeah, the star thingy.
yeah.
Yeah.
The special,
Yeah.
you probably
I
don't
hate
have the
those ones.
screwdriver kind of thing.
So that took a few more hours than I thought it was going to take, but I did it. Saved us a few $100.
Nice. Way to go,
Mm.
Jess.
Oh wait, I forgot to blow bubbles.
You just
You
did
gotta
one
blow
more
the bubble.
drink. It's too late. No, pour more in. We can't see that.
It sounds like Mallory's got a water pipe there.
It's just too dangerous. This thing is too dangerous.
Yeah.
I just drank a whole half one in like what? Not even 3 minutes?
Oh, I bet you could beat that time.
You have 1 minute left of the live stream to beat that time. You know, just take it in. Whoop, gone.
I don't think there was any real bubbles. I think she was just making that noise with her mouth.
I can go fill it up with water. There's a
Won't be the
stupid.
same. It's
fly.
not the same kind of bubble.
No, it's a very different kind of bubble.
I took bubbles as an elective in university, so I'm kind of an expert in this field. It's not the same kind of bubble.
I thought you took. Never mind.
Yeah, I took that too.
Ah,
Yeah, we can
It's
try.
11 o'clock, by the way. So I guess we're out of here. For those of you who have been watching us, thank you for your patience. I hope to see you next week. Between now and then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy, and be kind to one another. And to those of you who've been on screen, thank you massively. But did I miss something, Russell?
I
Did I
think you
miss
got
one?
it all. Stay
Okay.
sane and stay straight and narrow. Stay out of jail. Stay in the fast lane.
All the good stuff. Are you going to pea soup us out?
Oh, do you want it? Do you want a pea soup?
Sure.
Pea soup.